let's go over what we've gone over today. So we started off with some, what did we start off with actually? We started off with flowing with our hoop and just playing with our hoop, right? And learning how just to play with it, just to dance with it, just to help build that energy up. There's plenty of things to do with your hoop without actually hooping with it. Lots of things. So that's first, is what we did. And then we started with our waist hooping, right? You guys can go with me, play with me. So then from there, we went to building our energy around our body with waist hooping. So depending on your dominant direction, whether you're right or you're left dominant, of our right dominant, our power hip to our right is our right hip in the front and our left hip in the back. So that's if I'm hooping to the right. So our power hip again in the front is our right one and our left one is in the back, hooping to the right. Now let's switch dominant directions. Go your non-dominant direction. So now if you're left dominant direction, or left dominant or left non-dominant, whichever. Your power hip, if you're going left, is your left hip in the front and your right hip in the back. Okay? Nice. And then we worked on speeding our hoops up and slowing our hoops down. So if we want to speed up, you want to rock really fast to the front and to the back. So that's speeding up. Remember, keeping your core nice and tight. And I popped out my chest to really get my hoop going. So that's working on speeding up and then slowing down. And we also worked on turning with our hoops. And then we also worked on letting it drop and bringing it down to our hips and doing a little bit of hip hooping. And of course we've been working on this with all of our directions. So if you go to the left, then you stop and you go to the right. Okay. And then we did a bunch of stuff with our hoops off of our body as well. We did our front plane hand hooping, going clockwise. We did our left hand hooping. And we started to get fancy and we started to do some little takeouts with our hoops. Good job, ladies. And then we worked on taking our hoops over our heads, right? And coming up here and doing some hand hooping up above. And go into prayer up there and switch hands. Nice, Allison. Then we worked on bringing it down and taking it around back behind us. And then from there we also brought it back up into halo over our heads. So we had it going around behind us, brought it up, and brought it in a halo up over our heads. Bringing it back down, back into passing back behind us with both hands over our hands. Of course, we worked on opposite directions as well. Going to the left and to the right. Nice! Nice! Good job! So as you're working, you guys, just really start to feel the energy that the hoop is creating, even when it's on your hand, when it's overhead. Start to feel it moving around your body. And just start to play with that energy. If your hoop starts to do something that you're not really expecting, see what it does. See where it ends up. See what it turns into. See if you can bring it into some other type of a move. It's like, oh, if it's getting all twisted, it's like, well, What can I do there? Can I bring it up over my head? Could I bring it down underneath? Just start to play with it. Just start to see what happens with it. There's no wrong, there's no right. It's just a matter of flowing with it and just really starting to connect with the energy that it's creating around your body. And eventually your body is just really going to start to move on its own. And you just don't even think about it. All of a sudden you're like, wow, look at that. I'm really starting to move. Oh yeah, and we did walking, right? We started to walk. So I want you guys to practice walking a little bit more with your hoops. So next week we can really circle these trees. Right? And see what happens when you turn when you walk. So then that way you can really start to build some flow with it. Okay? Yeah, you guys. That's it.